Good evening, junkies. This is Matt Brown, founder and head trader over here at eminijunkie.com, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time and talk with you this evening about micro junkie bands. These are very accurate support and resistance levels we use both in our live room, and we also have some members that just use these junkie bands without being part of our room. But I wanted to go over what they are, how you can use them, and let you know about a special 5-day trial that I have available for anybody that would like to check these out. So anyway, what a junkie band is, it is a level of support and resistance. I provide these levels to my subscribers and member base prior to the market open every day before 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So you'll have these levels. You can use them throughout your trading day and prior to the news. They are signaled on our upcoming charts. You'll notice them as a teal shaded band. These levels are 2 ticks wide. They act as micro areas of support and resistance throughout the trading day, areas that the market will pivot off of very often. They're very accurate. The market respects these bands throughout the day, like I mentioned, and they can be used to trade between the bands or for re-entry points in trending markets. They can be used on both range and trend style days, and you can use any entry trigger you want to trade off of these bands. I do some teaching over at eminijunkie.com where we have a few different triggers, and of course if you're using my triggers with these bands, it provides a nice 1-2 punch. And if you are interested in the trial, I invite you to go over to www.eminijunkie.com/JB special. That stands for Junkie Band Special. So eminijunkie.com/JB special. So let's look at a few charts. This chart is one that we just did today. This came off of this is actually November 5th. I'll show you charts that go back a few months here just so you get a feel for how these bands work. But as you notice, these teal colored bands, they go horizontal. They're 2 ticks wide. And today we had a range day in our room, so we were sitting there camping out this morning down here around this 1402.50, 1403 area, and we were looking for the market to rotate all the way back up to 1410. We finally, around mid-morning, about 10 o'clock, we got our entry signals on the bottom side. The market rotated up nicely, and we actually had an Emini Junkie signal right here on this brighter colored teal band as it pulled back to this moving average. So we had a second entry, pushed up into our upper edge area, the area we were looking for the market to hold as resistance, and you can see the market came back down, reacted off the level, did a full rotation through. I don't know if any of you watch Market Profile or anything like that, but we had a nice range day setting up. We were looking for those rotations. The area acted as support, and the market moved right back up, hitting these bands on the way, acting as support and resistance. And you can see at the end of the day, they pushed up into the 14-15-50 area as final resistance for the day before trading off. So again, these levels we use on our charts every day, and they're available prior to the market open. These are not levels that were put in after the fact. We had these levels there, and we were able to trade around them today. So let's just go back and look at a few other charts. I went back and just picked some random charts over the last month and a half, 2 months or so. Here is a chart from back in the end of July. You can see the market kind of rotated between our levels, and just all I really want you to pay attention to is how these levels act as support and resistance throughout the day, and you get these constant rotations. And this is another day that's showing you pretty much a range day, which is the typical type of day you would see most often. But I'll show you some charts in here where we do have some trending environments, and the market does actually respect these levels and provide points, you know, to add to your position in a trending environment. Here's a chart from August 1st. You can see we started off kind of in a tight little range, started stepping down a little bit, did some range expansion, and just kind of stair-step down. And what you're looking at here, this happens to be a 400 tick chart. All these charts I'm showing you are 400 tick charts. And I'm showing you almost a full day's worth of trading. So we start very early in the morning, and where you see these vertical lines, that's the end of the trading day, and then it tails into the next trading day. So here is a chart from August 1st. Here's another range environment. This chart actually comes from August 9th. again, just notice the rotation between our micro junkie bands, and whether you use a Fibonacci style signal or any of our trading plan signals or things we teach in our room, that is up to you. I just invite you to check out our trial and see if these levels are useful for you, either as points for taking profit or adding to a position if you're already in a move. And I think you'll find that these levels are extremely accurate. I'm not going to go into how I derive these levels. Even my students don't know how they come about, but I use a combination of various confluence zones and 3 different techniques to come up with these levels every day. And like I said, they are available for you prior to 8:30 a.m. on any given trading day. Here is a screenshot of the price action from September 11th. Again, started off in a pretty tight range, and then we had some expansion to the upside through mid-morning, and at the end of the first session around 11:30, we put in our morning high and started rotating down back through the end of the day through the close in the afternoon. Here is a trend day. I wanted to show you what a trend day looks like. This is from October 16th. Again, we started off in the pre-market with a tight range. You can see there was a lot of volatility, again, even before the market opened, and then heading into the 9:30 opening time frame, the market was consolidating, stepping up into levels. And again, on a strong trend days, we use different things in our room like advanced decliners and things like that. So when we identify a strong trend day, you're not necessarily trading against the trend, but what you're doing is you're maximizing profits by locking in profits when you move up to these lines, and as you get the pullback to the level, you add to your position. So it's a situation where you can run up with the trend, take off your position, add to your position, and play the rotations in one direction, in this case towards the long side. Here is a screenshot of a downtrend day. This was from October 31st, Halloween. You can see the market pushed up pre-market, put in a nice high prior to the market open, started trading down, and again, just pay attention to the rotations between these junkie bands. You'll notice there's a couple of different shades here. The brighter colors are more reactionary from a pivot standpoint, and sometimes the gray areas act as like areas of acceptance where the market may hang out a little longer. But you can look at them as being very similar. They're areas of micro support and resistance. And again, that was from Halloween. And then going back to the chart we started with, this is from November 5th, today's trading. And again, pretty much a range day. We were looking for rotation from a market profile standpoint. And you can see how these bands acted as support resistance and provided great opportunities. So again, we have a trial available for you to use. It's a 5-day trial. If you would just go over to eminijunkie.com/JB special, you can try out these bands for 5 days with whatever style of trading you use and see if they're of value. And if you find they are, great. Just stick around and you'll then be subscribed to our trial. And if you need any help with ideas for how to enter in or around these bands, just check out the other materials on our website at eminijunkie.com. Thanks, and have a great evening.